Hi Aquarius, here's your horoscope for March 2024, brought to you by planetswithin.com. I'm Astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, you're in your element this month. We have Venus, Mars, and Pluto all going through the first house in your sign right there. And so this is going to absolutely propel you forward. The motivation will be quite high. The desire to reinvent yourself will be quite high. You'll be attracting more people into your life. And also there could be some new opportunities for a new job or a new business or making more income. This is because notice all these planets in the second house. So you're learning a lot about your values, and also you're working hard towards something. So this is what this looks like this month. Now this reading is for anyone who has a sun sign of Aquarius or a rising sign of Aquarius. This pertains to you. This is a very general sun sign reading. And it has to be general because I don't have everybody's birthday and birth charts. Everyone's different. So anyway, notice the motivation. The first house represents motivation, the self. And since Pluto is going to be in your first house for like the next 18, 19 years, with a little break this fall in September, and then it re-enters Aquarius in November and stays there for the next 19 years or so. This is going to revolutionize the way you see yourself, how others see you. But fortunately, Venus and Mars this month are in your sign. So looking good, feeling motivated, wanting to experience, wanting to explore, wanting to travel. This is all on the top, on the front burner right now for many of you. Okay, because Mars in the first house is very much motivated, and Venus in the first house wants to socialize. So you could see this dynamic playing itself out here. Now, when we go back to the fourth house, which is your home, feeling, and foundation, there's, of course, a lot of change there. But you seem to be enjoying yourself right now with the family life. But by the end of the month, there will be a lunar eclipse, the first eclipse of 2024, in the ninth house. You may be considering a change of residence. You may be pondering where you want to be next. It could either be your home, maybe a job. Whatever it is, there's going to be a lot of discussion around these areas towards the end of the month because your mind will be on overload with all kinds of activity and thoughts and, wanting to process more information. And so it's going to be a very interesting time. And so this is eclipse season, so that usually brings in changes and realizations of some kind. So let's take a closer look and see what the planets look like this month. So the first planet to make a move is on the 9th and into the 10th, which is Mercury. Now, Mercury is going to enter your third house of communication. So this is like putting, kerosene on a fire. It just ignites the mental capacity and the need to express yourself even more. So you're going to find yourself really chatting it up and all kinds of ideas and conversations coming out of nowhere because Mercury in Aries is very quick-witted, very sharp, and it's all about ideas. So in this placement here, I would say pay extra attention to what you're doing with regards to other people, with regards to, how you express yourself and where you want to be, because there's going to be a lot of conversation about all of that stuff this month. Okay? And so things will be coming at you real fast. It will also be about short traveling, exploration. There is that possibility as well because Mercury likes to move around and explore. And here in Aries, it could be taking some short trips or drives or something that you really want to experience on a higher level at a faster pace. That's what Mercury in Aries is all about. So around the same time, we also have this new moon in Pisces. It's going to activate this second house of income and values. So this is suggesting also things pertaining to making money, job offers, promotions, anything creative, because it is Pisces. It's going to be at 20 degrees of Pisces, so wherever this is in your actual birth chart, that's going to get lit up. And so it is making a very favorable alignment to your ruler, Uranus, right here. So what this is suggesting is maybe something new with the home environment, maybe something new at work, Maybe you have a new office, or a new person comes in and gives you a raise. Maybe you're doing something where there's surprises in the mix. Every day for the next 2 weeks over here, there's plenty of surprises that you're dealing with. So there could be many different things here, but I see it as favorable. Everything here is looking pretty favorable for you. So don't be afraid to take a few risks, like trying something new, or applying for a position or a job or a contract of some kind, because you might just get it because of this favorable Pisces new moon that's being activated here. Okay, so go for it. Now, Venus enters Pisces as well. So once again, signifying a need to socialize and be around others and, enjoying yourself. Now, Venus in the second house absolutely represents money in some form. So it's about partnerships as well. Venus in Pisces can be very romantic. All of a sudden, you start noticing people are more interested in you, or you're more interested in them. It adds a level of romance in the air. Sometimes it's a little fantasy prone, no, but Venus is all types of partnerships. If it has nothing to do with romance, then maybe it has to do with business. Maybe you're thinking about going into business with somebody. And so this is all going to be highlighted as well with Venus going into Pisces. And so you can see here, most of the month, there'll be 3 or 4 planets in this second house of income and investments and values. So you're going to have a busy month with expressing yourself and your ideas and, realizing what's really valuable to you. And that's what this means. And so Venus, and, it produces a softer side. So you'll really be feeling more compassionate or understanding with Venus in Pisces. Now, the energy starts to completely shift on the 19th and 20th. This is because the sun enters Aries right here in the third house of communication. And now you're firing on all cylinders, because the sun entering Aries at this time of the year usually marks the beginning of some sort of fertility or the rebirth of the sun as it begins its high ascent into the highest point in the chart. And when the sun starts to do that, you notice that nature starts to come back to life, especially in the northern hemisphere, where things start growing again and the soil is fertile. This is why we have the symbols of the rabbit and the egg around this time of the year, because it represents fertility. And it's also associated with opportunities, this pioneering spirit that, the weather is getting better and we want to go out and see new things and be a little bit more adventurous. And so here it is in the third house of communication. So it wouldn't surprise me during this time that you hop in your car and go for a drive just for the hell of taking a drive. Or you're communicating in such a way that people take notice or want to be around you more. If it's none of that, maybe you're expressing yourself on pen and paper, or videos, or blogging, or writing, or whatever it is, self-expression wise, which will be amplified even more because now the sun and Mercury are both in Aries. So, but pay attention to the premonitions, pay attention to intuition as well at this time. We still have plenty of planets in Pisces, which is very psychic, and this position here can make things even more psychic, where things just come to you and you become aware of other things besides just the everyday ordinary thoughts. Now, Mars also enters Pisces on the 22nd and 23rd right there. Now, Mars in Pisces is not necessarily the greatest, because Mars is about motivation and drive and, conquering and battling. It's in a sign that's none of that. Pisces is compassionate, self-sacrificing, giving, feeling sorry for oneself. And so it's a kind of a dichotomy. But Mars in Pisces is all about spirituality, mysticism. It's about being compassionate and giving and helping others. Sometimes even helping yourself if you can. Even though Mars in Pisces has a difficult time helping itself because it feels sorry for itself. It's not worthy kind of mindset. So go on and help others, whether it's animals, friends, and so on. But again, Mars is still in the second house of values and motivation and drive. So you'll find yourself this month, focusing on wanting to help others, wanting to make a difference. You're thinking about joining a charity or an organization that helps others in some way, maybe an animal charity. That could be right up your alley as well. But whatever it is, you're feeling absolutely more motivated to do something. This is not a month where you sit around doing nothing. Let's put it that way. And so, especially the second half, because you have all those planets starting off in the first house of motivation, and they're propelling you forward into the second, then the third, like, with the sun and Mercury. So you're absolutely feeling the determination to start something new, be something, something more creative, and so on. So I'd say investigate it and see where it takes you. Now, the last alignment for the month is a big one, because it is a full moon lunar eclipse. So we have the first eclipse of 2024, and it is a Libra lunar eclipse. It'll be at 5 degrees of Libra. So wherever that is in your actual birth chart, that's the area that gets lit up. Now, lunar eclipses are usually associated with completions, realization, endings, and it's in the sign of relationships. So you might find yourself at this time maybe having to go through a transformation in a relationship of some kind that's not working anymore. Whether it be, a relationship with a sibling, whether it be a romantic one, maybe a partnership, and you may be thinking about everything at this point. Lunar eclipses can also bring in realization about moving. It's time to move. I need to go. And so you're going to be thinking about it all. And you'll have plenty of time to make a decision, because next month there is a solar eclipse in Aries right here in the third house. So something new is really coming into your life. And so this is like a doorway that's closing or finishing up in order to make way for something new coming into your life. So keep that in mind. The ninth house has to do with philosophy, meaning, purpose, the higher purpose of life. And so you'll be thinking about all that too. What's my highest purpose in life? Are my relationships satisfying to me? Do I need to change my relationships or my environment? You'll be questioning all of that. And so it's all going to be on the table, and you'll be coming to some sort of conclusion or understanding by April and May. All right. So there you have it, Aquarius. Do the best you can. Always meditate on who you really are, a spiritual being having a human experience. All right. Have a great month, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.